Alright everybody, we are back for another week, and if you've been paying attention, we've given you a few teasers on what this one is. I've been searching for a while. I've told you I've been searching for a while. Even back when I did the Blackstone video, there was a reason why we put a Y on the camper. I finally found my gas, what do you call it? Fire pit, I guess.
Yeah, fire pit.
Tickled pink to have it. I played with it a little bit.
Yep.
And we're going to show you what we got.
It's big enough to take it with us and enjoy it. It's small enough to be able to take it with us and enjoy it.
Yeah, the whole idea of getting this is not to use it here at home.
Yes.
We've got a fire pit out front that we use that we burn, scrap wood in, from doing the woodworking and stuff like that with. This was mainly to take in the camper with us.
Yes, when we travel.
And mainly it's because, you guys know, if you're camping, if you can't, especially if you're traveling out of state, they don't want you bringing your own firewood,
right?
Because you can get pests and bugs and stuff in the wood, and then you can take it and it can affect the trees there and kill the trees. I know back years and years ago here in Georgia we had a problem with pine beetles. Yeah, and it basically killed off almost all the pine trees there at one time. So you don't want to do that. But then if you don't do that, then you've got to either buy wood. A lot of campgrounds are good enough that they have it, and you can buy little bundles. But again, it's not cheap. Or you got to go somewhere and find it if the campground don't have any.
Well, and if you do a traditional fire pit, which there's nothing wrong with that. We love the smell of burning wood.
Nothing like wood.
We're not discounting a wood fire at all. But with the fire pit that runs on propane, we can just shut off the gas. Done. We don't have to wait for a flame to burn out. We don't have to worry about embers that are going to stay overnight. Well,
that's what I was going to say. Speaking of embers, you go to Disney, if you have a fire pit, it's got to be an approved fire pit. It's got to be enclosed. It's got to have a top. It's got to be where the embers and stuff cannot get out.
Escape.
Because again, they don't want their woods caught on fire there, and it is dangerous. And so, again, gas fire pit, you ain't got to worry about the embers. So it just seemed like a good fit for us, the way we camp.
Yep, instant flame, instant out, easy travel.
We can still do our marshmallows, our s'mores, or whatever. And this thing actually puts off heat. So if it was cool in the evening, this thing puts off, I think it was 47,000 BTUs. It puts off some heat.
It's warm.
And so, as with everything else, I like to be organized. You notice I've got it in a bag here. I love my bags. If you, again, going back to my Blackstone, you remember I bought a bag to put the 22-inch Blackstone. It has the stand and everything in it. Well then, when we showed you our pizza oven, I did find that same bag fits the pizza oven. So again, we bought all that to go into the camper. And I know that seems like a lot to going into the camper, but again, we're upgrading campers, guys. We are just on the waiting list to be able to order the new truck. And actually on the waiting list to be able to, we actually will order the camper anytime, but the truck's not open yet to order it, so we don't want to order the camper until we order the truck.
Well, and in the meantime, we have enough payload in our truck to be able to put these things in the bed of our truck when we travel with our current camper, so it's not a problem. Yeah,
but the goal is when we get the new bigger camper, it's going to be the fifth wheel. It's got tons of storage, and it can handle a lot more weight than our camper now. We love our camper that we've got now. We're not discounting it at all. We love it, but we've got some big plans coming up, so we're trying to upgrade. So again, that was the other reason why we got this. Like I say, I love this bag. This bag did not come with the fire pit. I did have to order it separate, and again, as always, I'll make sure I put everything in the links down below so you can find everything. And we are Amazon affiliates, so if you do buy something, it does help us out a little bit. But it's got a little pocket here in the front, which I love. I can put my extra hose in here, and I'll show you why I have an extra hose here in a minute. This is the hose that comes with it. It's so you can hook it up to a 20-pound LP tank, and which I don't plan on using, because again, we put the Y on the camper to be able to do a quick connect, and I don't have to worry about carrying around a separate LP tank, because we've already got two on the camper. Why carry another one, right?
Well, and having that Y, like we mentioned earlier, we can use that Y so we can hook up our fire pit and our Blackstone grill all at the same time.
Yes, and that did mean I had to buy another hose. Again, they're not super expensive, but it is a different hose than what we have to use in the Blackstone. The Blackstone uses a specific end that goes into the 17 and 22-inch grills to convert it over to that quick connect, or even to an LP if you got one of those. This one uses a 3/8-inch connection here, so I did have to get a different hose and a different quick connect. But again, I've done all that research, I've done all that figuring out. I've got it all down the links below. But if you want to grab that bag there.
Sure.
so here is our little fire pit.
It kind of looks like a wok.
It kind of does. It kind of does. But I love it because the lid does lock on the top. You could do it without a bag. You could just do it like this. Again, I like a bag so I can put all my junk in there with it. So I've got my hoses and everything in there with it.
And it keeps all of our sawdust from our woodworking out of it as well.
Yes. And so it's really neat. Twist the top off. It's got your lava rock in there. And so I'll show you how we get it hooked up.
Okay guys, I'm just going to get under here, find our propane valve. I can feel it right there. It's a little tricky doing it by feet. We're in. Now I've got to turn the valve so that the gas will run. And we are good to go.
Since she's got the other end hooked up to the camper, here's what we did on this end. Again, I told you it's a 3/8 inch fitting right here. And so I had this quick connect. I actually found a deal where I got the I think this is 24-foot hose, and I found the proper quick connect here. So I just unscrewed the other one, put a little bit of a pipe fitting tape on there, screwed that in, and so now it's a quick connect. And so now it's just as simple. And then this hose, it also has a shutoff valve too for the gas. And so we've got one at the camper and one here. And so that helps a lot too. And so I'll just hit this on here, just like so. Turn our gas on. So now our gas is on. And now we're ready to fire this thing up. Now again, this is a 24-foot hose, so it may take a few clicks, you know, to get gas flowing through here and all that kind of good stuff. Get the old gas out, because it has been a few weeks since I've played with this. But it does light fairly easy. There we go. So it just takes a little bit of a minute to get the gas through the 24 feet there. But I mean, this baby has a huge flame. I know it's kind of hard to see in the daylight, but never fear. We're going to get out here once it gets dusky dark and we're going to show it to you at night. But this thing, I mean, I'm telling you, it's hot outside already. I'm already sweating. But this thing puts out some heat. And it does where you can turn the flame down here. But even turned down, I mean, the flames are still licking up about right here. And so you turn this bad boy up, I mean, the flames are licking all the way up to here. And so, again, love this find. It's not very big. I think it's only 19 inches across if I remember correctly. Again, I'll put the link down below so you can find it all and get the whole kit and caboodle. It does come with the hose that hooks up to the 20-pound LP tank. If you don't want to do this, if you're not hooking it up to your RV, it even comes with a little stand here that you can put your tank down in, and so that, you know, a lot of times those bottom of those LP tanks get rusty and everything, so it just makes it look a little bit nicer. But again, I hope you like it. We really like it, and like I say, we're going to get out here later in the afternoon once it starts getting dusky dark, and we're going to roast some marshmallows on it. Alright guys, we got it set up out here in the yard. Still hooked up to the camper. Yep. Camper's right up here out of sight. But we just wanted to kind of give you a visual of what it looks like. This is our chairs that we normally camp in. And so, you know, a little bit dust dark. I didn't want to get too dark so you couldn't see us at all.
Right.
But I hope you get a shot of how big the flames are. Again, that's on high. I mean, that's pretty big.
And it is quite warm.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's still about 80 degrees out here, even though the sun's going down. So maybe a little too warm for a fire pit tonight. But we wanted y'all to get the true sense of what it looks like.
Yes.
And so, again, I hope you like it. I know this is a short video this week, but I was so excited to get this and finally get it all where I can get it hooked up to the camper. That was my goal all along.
We can't wait to take it and actually go camping with it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see other campers and get their reactions to it. I think people's going to be tickled with it.
Yep.
And I think it may change the way some people do campfires, especially if you're just on a short weekend. You know,
For
you know, if you're camping, you know, a whole week or 2 weeks or something like that, you know, like I said, there's nothing like having real wood around. But if you're just going for the weekend and you're kind of pressed on time and you ain't got time to pick up wood or go buy wood or they ain't got to the campground or whatever, I think this is a great alternative.
Well, and it can't be beat for quick setup for making s'mores with grandkids either.
Yeah, absolutely. And the great thing is, once you're done with it, literally turn it off, let it cool off a little bit. Lid screws right back on the top, and you're ready to pack it up and go. Like I said, we did buy the bag because I like kind of everything having its own place, and so I'll put links to everything down below, and I hope you check it out and like it.
Have a great week, guys.
See you next week. If you haven't, subscribe, check the like button if we liked it, and help us get it out there to other people.
Bye, guys. Bye, everybody. You think it'll give me a
You're the fire
I think we can burn them hairs off your arm.
in the night. You give love to me now, again and again. I feel you rush through my veins. No matter the fear I feel now, I will be brave.